welcome to Quick Unpick. Hope you're very well. I've just been sewing. I actually didn't realise what time it was. Right, I am going to invite the lovely Anna. Okay. Da, 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 da. There we go. Soon, and it's going to work perfectly today. Hope everyone's well. What are you up to? Yay! Hi, Anna.
Just give me 1 sec.
Hi. Nice to see you.
You too. I'm just checking. Let me just check why my thing is not working. I'm just gonna try it again.
The sewing community is full of technical difficulties.
I think maybe now.
Yeah, is it working? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Not through these, but that's fine. I mean, I can just take them off.
Yeah, don't worry. I mean, so many times I'm like, I always tell everyone to wear earphones, and about halfway through I look at my earphones, I'm like, I shouldn't put them in.
That's okay.
So how are you?
I'm fine, and you? All good.
Yeah, look, I wrote my lily for you.
Oh, you're so cute, Gabby. I remember. Oh,
I'm actually
thank
going to
you.
turn it into a top because I actually have worn it quite a few times tucked into trousers, and I'm like, yeah, it needs
Of
to be a top.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so nice. Of course, you need to change, the things that don't work for you. So
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. So where in the world are you now?
So I used to live in London and I now live in Amsterdam. I moved a year and 1 month ago. So yeah, we're just, trying Amsterdam and see how it goes. So after 10 years in London, we moved to Amsterdam.
Oh,
So yeah.
lovely. And what's the weather like there at the moment?
I mean, today is horrible. I don't know
Oh
what is happening.
no.
Yeah, like I think in March and part of April, it felt like summer and it was so sunny. Like every single day was sunny. And these past few days is like back to winter and I already changed all my, like all the winter clothes are, stored away and I have all my spring and summer makes thinking like, no, Anna, it's not today. I mean, I'm not wearing any
Oh,
summer clothes.
oh, come
So yeah,
on,
a little bit annoying.
Amsterdam. Come on. Oh, see, Arma's there as well. Miss Minoz is called Arma, and she said cold and rainy because she's not far away from you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
it's cold and like proper cold and rainy. But I think that next week is
Oh.
gonna get a little bit better. So
Come
hopefully.
on. Yeah. Well, because we met up, do you know you're the only sewing friend I've seen since pandemic in real life, you and
Oh
Barbara.
my God,
And when we met up,
Gabby.
you said you might be moving kind of elsewhere, but you're still in Amsterdam at the moment. So that's really lovely.
Yes, exactly. We are thinking about it, but yeah, I'll share more about that hopefully in a few months.
Okay,
So
yeah.
yes. So not just yet decided, but in our minds.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Well, first of all, my main thing is congratulations because you got married.
Oh my God, I know, but it's not really a huge thing. We have been together for like 17 years, so it's really long time, and it felt that we were married already, but we wanted just to, for, the future and tax reasons and all those
Yeah.
type of non-romantic things, just to do it. So it was, I mean, just with two of our friends. They were the witnesses here. They live outside of Amsterdam, and they just came for the day, and they were with us. So yeah, when we go to Spain at some point, we will celebrate with our families, maybe doing some
Yeah.
sort of lunch or dinner or something. But yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
very
so
low key.
lovely. Well, you look so beautiful and you were in all me
Oh,
maids and you look gorgeous.
thank you, thank you.
Well, okay, I think we should backtrack. I mean, I know this about you, but this is what Quick Unpick is about. We would love to have, like,
Okay,
in a nutshell, your sewing story.
okay, of course. So. So I learned to sew, I think it was more or less 11 years ago. So when I moved to London, I went to a sewing class, and it was very related to my mental health, because I was seeing, when I was still in Spain, I was living in Barcelona, I lived there for 1 year, and the therapist told me that I needed to find something not to do with my work, because I used to be a journalist, and a writer, and I was very stressed out, and I was suffering from a lot of anxiety. And I remember that she told me, Anna, you need to find something outside of work that, makes you smile and makes you happy. And I tried a few things, baking as well. And when I was, in the UK, I was really into the Great British Bake Off. I was like, yes. So then I just tried sewing to see, how it was for me. And it's funny because when I was a child, I was this type of child who thought that I was not good at, crafty stuff. I always thought that I was really bad, for I don't know what reason.
No, I'm
And so I
exactly the
tried it, and
same.
and I cannot really believe I'm the same person. Like, I thought that I was so bad at like everything, like painting, and I don't know, any sort of crafty stuff. And then I tried sewing. I really loved it, and it was like a light bulb, just went on, and I was like, wow, I really, really love this. And that's how I started sewing. And yeah, it was just love at first sight. I really loved it. So from that point, I have not stopped sewing since I started there in London. So yeah.
Oh, that's so lovely. And you're so prolific as well. Like, you are making so much all the time. It's so wonderful. And I want to know how it led to you making your own patterns.
Of course. So, I mean, when I learned to sew and everything, I was still working as a journalist in London. And the thing is that I was trying to find a way to make that my job instead of being a journalist, because I was still very stressed out. It was not a job that I was enjoying anymore. So I started, actually, Coco Wawa started as a fabric shop. So I started selling fabrics online, and also yarn for people to make
Yeah.
stuff. It was jersey yarn, so it was not like the traditional yarn. But I realized that I wanted to be more creative and to express myself. So that's when I started looking into pattern designing, and I went to the London College of Fashion to do pattern cutting for women's wear, and also professional sewing techniques courses, so 2 courses. And I still was, working as a journalist and doing this, part-time, like trying to learn. And then I designed my first pattern, which was the marshmallow dress. And I think it was actually this year, it was 6 years ago. So in October, it's going to
Wow.
be 6 years of Coco Wawa. And yeah, so the first pattern was a huge amount of work, because of course I didn't know anything about anything, like, designing like the drawings on the pattern, like the cover and everything. It was a huge amount of work, and I didn't know anything about many things, the whole process, but, I did it. And yeah, that's how I started designing patterns. And at that same time, the magazine I was working for, I was a proofreader at that magazine. It just closed because, the company, something happened. So I thought, okay, this is the chance for me to, do this and start Coco Wawa and transition from, fabrics and yarns to patterns. Yeah, and now it's been like this until this point, and I cannot really believe that it's been 6 years. And it's incredibly hard work, but I'm very happy that I took the plunge and just went for it and did it, also with the support of my now husband.
Yeah.
It's so strange for me to say husband instead of like partner, boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah, it takes a few
So
years to get
yeah.
used to. Oh, but I mean, I remember, having chats with you at a sewing meetup, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go into patterns," because I remember getting fabric from you as well really early on, and I've also
Yeah.
got the jersey yarn somewhere, and I love it. And I was like, "Yeah, that's so perfect," because you have such a unique style, And I was talking to Melissa Fairtrade a few weeks about how, you know, every pattern company has to have its niche. And I think your niche is you, because you have such a quirky, beautiful, eccentric style. And it was so exciting to see that then be available for us. And we were like, yay, we get to dress like Anna.
Oh, thank you, Gabby. To be honest, I mean, that could be a good thing, but also a bad thing, because, yeah, of course, some people customers or people in general might think, oh yes, so I can see myself wearing those clothes, but of course other people cannot. So, which is of course totally respectable and fine, which happens to me. Some pattern companies, I'm just like, no, it is not my style. I mean, I love to see those in other people. I think they look amazing, but I know it's not for me. Yeah. So it's the same. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So if it's quite niche, then yeah, it's a little bit more dangerous waters. But I don't want to change that, because yeah, it's what comes from me. So yeah, I wouldn't know how to do it any other way. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It's so lovely, and it must be so special to see other people, you know, wearing your designs and how they interpret it, and yeah.
That's amazing. I think that's, to me, by far the best part, when someone tag me on Instagram, and from here I'm gonna say, people, please, you know, tag me when you share anything on Instagram, because I really want to see your Coco Wawa makes. I think, yeah, it's so special to me. Every single time I'm tagged, I just save the picture and to share another time, and I'm just really happy to see that someone has made one of my patterns. So yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've had quite a few comments come up just now saying you're definitely our style, and yeah, it's so true. I mean, I'm definitely going to make your, you know, the trench you just brought.
Oh yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, nutmeg. People are quite loving it. Yeah, and Kate Eva, she has made like two versions of the jacket, and honestly, I'm just like, I saw one yesterday, a new one, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so pretty. I love it.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And also, how did you then go to quilts as well? Because that was a whole different curveball.
Yeah. So when I was in the UK, I went to my first quilting class, and it was actually in Bath, which is such a beautiful city. And I went there and I did this like make a quilt, mini quilt in a day course. And I don't know, it was really eye-opening, because I think that to me, there is just a limit to how many clothes I want to make, I can make, and I can actually wear, because my wardrobe is not very huge in terms of how many pieces I have, and it feels right for me that way. So I don't really need that many clothes, because in the end, honestly, when sometimes I look at the things that I have, I'm not even wearing the few things, all the few things that I have. It's not like as if I'm wearing. So to me, there is a point in which I'm like, do I really need to make more? Of course, I could keep on making more and more, but I don't know, it felt like a little bit, it doesn't work for me. So when I found quilting, it was like that alternative to keep on sewing and making things, which is something that I still love as a hobby and everything, but in a different way. And I love how heartwarming it is, how meditative it is. It's like mindfulness, because you have to like really focus on what you're doing, cutting lots of pieces, also love the color combinations that you can create. And the designs are basically endless. Apart from amazing pattern companies out there making quilt patterns, you can, I also now I'm trying to make more designs and everything. And it's like, it never ending. You can just keep on making. And also it's nice because you can give it out like as a gift for someone if they've, you know, they've got a baby, or just you can put it on on the wall on your living room or your bed, or I don't know. It's like, it's beautiful. So I really love it. And I'm trying now to make sewies, like dressmakers, to, you know, get into quilting as well. And you can use so many scraps as well, which is also good, you know, so that you don't have them there.
There's not a lot of indie companies doing quilting, I don't think, unless I'm just not aware of it.
Yeah, I think that quilting is mainly, I mean, I think it's mainly American. In the US is full of amazing pattern designers, and Canada as well. I think it's like with knitting, there are so many like Scandinavian brands that do amazing knitting patterns, which I think is the same with quilting. There are so many in
Yeah.
the US. So I'm just trying to get more people in Europe excited about, like in the UK and Spain and other places excited about quilting, because it really is very nice, and you don't have to worry about fit, if it fits you or not. So that's also amazing. And you use, depending on the quilt, you use less fabric sometimes,
Yeah.
because sometimes when you make clothes you need like 3 meters or so. These you can even make like a smaller versions and you use less fabric, so that's also good, I think, so that you're not like spending all that. And I don't know, I think it's very nice.
And have you made a quilted jacket yet?
No, I want to. You know what I might do is, because this year I'm not really seeing any new patterns, but I'm doing more like a promoting each month and highlighting one of the patterns. So when I reached to the nutmeg month, I was thinking about turning the nutmeg jacket into a quilted jacket. So I might do that to make it more special, and I might do like a whole tutorial and a YouTube blog, or so that people can get the pattern and then turn it into, like do it
Oh,
like a
that is
quilted jacket.
such a
So.
good idea. Yeah, you have to do that, because I could also imagine your drops design. Was that the first quilt, the drops design on a
It was the
jacket?
second one, but yeah,
Can
yeah.
you imagine on the back of a jacket? That'd be
I
so
know,
cool.
yeah. I think I might try one of the new ones that because I got this
Oh,
software that is amazing. So I'm just gonna keep designing. I might try one of the new designs there just to see how
yeah.
it looks.
Oh, that is so lovely. Well, I was so excited to see when you brought out a quilt pattern, because, oh, as I said, we all want a bit of you, and that's why we make your patterns. But this kind of opened it up to everyone, and it was so lovely. And it's true, it's really
Yeah,
lovely for presents and really easy to
exactly.
personalize. And yeah, it's
Exactly.
wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really like it. Yeah. It's like
So
a
what?
new thing that I discovered, so that's really nice.
And what are you doing in Amsterdam? You're teaching and stuff, aren't you, at the moment?
Yeah, I'm still teaching, because when I was in London, I used to teach. I used to teach children almost all the time, which was really, I mean, of course, it was a little bit too much sometimes, but I really loved teaching children. And here, I'm teaching more adults than children. I'm
Hmm.
doing 2 children classes, but it's like private, one-to-one. And one of them is the one that I've been doing the longest. Is very, very rewarding, because this girl, she's 11 years old, she's almost 12. She's so good, and she's so creative, and she wants to make she has made like jackets with me, and skirts
Wow.
and dresses, and a dress for a wedding as well. So she's like amazing. She's really good. And then I'm teaching adults as well. I teach in this place in Northwest Amsterdam. It's a lovely place, it's like a sewing cafe. So sometimes I go during the day to help people. They just come with a project, a pattern, and I help them, work on that, which can be scary because you cannot really prepare for that. And
Hmm.
that has really helped me to challenge myself, and like be like quick thinking. And I remember this girl one time came, she was making a pair of trousers, and it was like with a front fly, and I hadn't done a front fly for quite some time, and honestly I was like, what? Because it's something I think you need to really get ready for. So I was like, let's do this next week, and let's focus on other parts of the trousers today.
I would be
So
sneaking
that's
away to
good.
the toilet and, like, looking at the
Yeah,
tutorial
never
video
come
going,
back. I was
right,
like, no, I'm not doing a flight today. And yeah, and I also do other like more specific workshops, like sewing techniques. I'm doing a sewing techniques course as well. And yeah, I don't know, it's very nice, and I very grateful for the owner of the place, because he has really opened her arms and say, yes, of course, you can come and teach here. And she has lots of teachers, and she does lots of different textile classes and knitting and weaving and I don't know, many things. So that's a very
oh.
nice and creative space to work. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
So,
so pleased you found your creative home there. It's really, really lovely, because you took
thank
a
you,
really
Maddie.
big, big risk, and it was a big
Yeah.
adventure for you, and you fell on your feet, which I'm really pleased to
Yeah.
hear.
Thank you,
Especially during
Gabby.
pandemic, that must have
Oh
been,
my God.
oh, you poor
That
thing.
was, yeah, I started doing, when I was in London, I did many virtual classes and for a long time. And one that I started in London, I'm actually still doing here with a lovely Greek girl. She lives in London, and I've been teaching her virtually for more than a year, I think it's been. So, and I think we are now friends, we can say that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
she's so nice, and yeah, I love my classes with her. So yeah.
Oh, that's so lovely. And are you doing these in English, or how's the kind of language going? Are you learning Dutch or?
So yeah, the classes are in English. I think all the teachers are in general are Dutch, except
Hmm.
for maybe a couple and myself. And yeah, I do everything in English. And I always say if everybody's Dutch there, which I mean, students are from many different places, not only from the Netherlands. So that's good. But if there is only, for example, I do a class now on Thursdays and it's only Dutch, three Dutch ladies. And I mean, they speak English perfectly well, and I
Yeah.
always say, sorry, like, and we always tell people that the class is gonna be in English. But I do think that you need to learn Dutch to feel more part of the community in
Cool.
general, just not about classes or sewing but life in general. So I do
Mm.
think that's something that you need to do, just to feel more part of the society, because if not, you lose something there. I mean,
Hmm.
you lose like the day to day, like going to the bakery or whatever, or to the things that you do, the pharmacy, and not being able to speak Dutch is a thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But are you
You should
learning
learn.
or
I'm not
yeah?
actually learning. I started at some point, but I have so many other things to do and so many hobbies, and I was like, oh, you really need to
Yeah, put your
use
all
time to
into it.
learn.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course, of
exactly.
course.
If not, it's not gonna work out. So,
Yeah. And the luxury of time, when you have all these different
oh my
jobs
God,
and
yeah.
all the things you're doing, it's really tough. So,
It's
yeah,
it's impossible. Yeah, it's very
yeah.
difficult. So.
But you'll probably be picking up bits that you don't even realize, because if you're around it all the time, I bet actually you kind of
Exactly.
know some
A
stuff.
few
But
things,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
At least I can say thank you, which is dankjewel, and a few other words. But yeah, yeah, I know a few words now that, yeah, but yeah, it is hard. It is a hard language
of
also to
course.
learn. It's not easy. Oof.
Yeah, of course. Oh, well, you've got there's a question here from Small
Oh
Smiley
yes.
Mitchie. She says, "Where did the name come from?" Oh yeah, people always want to
Oh
know.
yes. I know a lot of people ask that. To be honest, sometimes I kind of regret the name because I'm like, yeah, it's too difficult. So it's funny. Is when I was a child in Spain, there was this couple singing songs for children, and one of the songs was about a chicken that made this sort of noise, coco wawa. I think if you go to YouTube and you write coco wawa, maybe not with W but with GUA, I think that you might find the song, and it was about a chicken saying like Coco Wawa, and I think it was my partner. He was when we were thinking about names, and he was like, "Oh, something from your childhood," and just the song came in, and I was like, "Okay." And then we thought that crafts would be better because then it was more like generic. It was not
Hmm.
only patterns or fabrics, just in case I wanted to do something else, and that was a good idea. So yeah, I couldn't see really myself naming my business like Annaval's
Hmm.
whatever patterns or crafts. I mean that would feel too serious to me, so I went for Coco Wawa. Now it's Coco Wawa, so that's it.
Oh well, I love it, and everyone always does. And when you, me, and Megan were making our the jumpers, chestnuts,
Yeah.
and we watched that video.
Oh
We sang
yeah,
the song.
that
Oh,
was such a fun day. I
I
love when you both came and we
I
did the vlog
know.
and
It was so
everything. That was so
lovely.
nice.
Yeah, no, we've had, I mean, all of my kind of London sewing memories have you in, so I miss you a lot. And it was so lovely
I
to see you a couple
you
of weeks
too.
ago.
I
Hannah
know.
really helped me because I was in a really bad way because I just lost the house of my dream.
Oh,
So, so
I
you were there
know,
like
Gabby.
helping me.
Oh.
Oh, but we run out of time so quickly. Has anyone got any other questions? And also, I would love to know what is next. Have you? I know you're not going to bring out any more patterns this year, and you've got I love that you're putting the highlight on things that you've done before, but you must have
Yeah.
some other little seed in your
Yes.
mind of what's next.
So next year, hopefully, because I have 2 patterns already drafted, so hopefully those 2 patterns will come out. So it's dressmaking patterns. I also want to release a quilting pattern. So maybe 1, 2, we'll see. I mean, I'm saying too many things. I don't think I will be able to do all of them, but we'll see. And then I am also considering launching some of the older patterns, the most popular ones in the new size range, which I've done with plum, honeycomb, and the new patterns that are already out there. But yeah, maybe chestnut will be one of those that I think people will benefit from the new size range. I cannot really do, of course, all of them at the same time because it's a huge investment. But yeah, I think that I think one of the older ones that's been more popular, I think will come out on the new size range as well.
Nice.
So yeah.
Lots to keep you busy.
Yeah. I mean, too busy, I think. I always want to do too many things and then I have to be realistic and say, no, not all of them. So
yeah, I
as you can do.
totally understand. Oh, well, it's been so lovely to talk to you.
Oh,
Really,
you
really lovely to
too,
catch
Gabby.
up.
Thank you so much.
And
And
I
thank
wish
you for the people and the comments and everyone.
yes, thank you all for watching. And I just wish you all the success and, so
Thank
excited
you,
to
Gabby.
see what is next. And I will carry on making your patterns because they're gorgeous. And yeah, more please
Thank you so
when you're
much.
ready.
Thank you
I
so
want to
much,
say
Gabby.
thank you to sponsors. So Rainbow Fabrics. I actually just bought fabric. Don't tell my husband. Yesterday they had another new collection, and they had white linen with blue and yellow stripes. I mean,
Oh, of course, I
so
mean.
perfect. So I couldn't say no to that. But I haven't bought fabric in a very long time, and I have guilt. I woke up this morning going, oh, "What have you done?"
It's fine. If you haven't bought it in a while, that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. And Happy
All good.
Fabric, who make beautiful vinyls that you can put on your clothes. So yeah, that's our sponsors. But Anna, thank you. It's so lovely to
Thank
see you.
you.
Have a
Thank you so
wonderful
much.
day. I hope the weather
You
clears
too.
up for you.
I'm not sure, but we'll see.
And lots of
Thank
love to
you.
everyone. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.